Chapter 1: The Jack Me Off of All Trades.
What the fuck?
She said, slamming her fist down on the table. It had been 3 weeks since Josie had seen her pussycat friends. These pussycats were not actual cats, rather they were attractive adult women, comrades, and sexy comrades, clad in thigh-high boots, slit skirts and tight-fitting rock-and-roll t-shirts. Together, they had formed an elite unit of girl revolutionaries determined to undermine local real estate tyrants, who were using their position as landowners and middlemen to immiserate once thriving communities across the country.
Come on, Josie. That was the plan. After boom boom kablam, we take to the wind and regroup until the heat has blown over.
Girl, the only heat that has blown over is your summer fling with your cousin.
We don't need to bring that up, Liv.
Pussycats, I'm not talking about your love lives. I'm wondering why Malcolm McYon is still alive. How did that sleazy bastard survive the Cessna to Hate Town?
Blame nepotism. Malcolm's large son took the ride in his place at the last minute. I was at the airstrip watching the takeoff, you couldn't tell. We only were barely able to figure it out later looking over the footage, when I recognized Bram, by his chunky torso, and the light of the Nintendo Switch under his arm. It couldn't be helped.
I'm not interested in excuses or blame. You're my best friends in the whole world, and I just want us to be able to take over that world together, by killing Malcolm and all the little Malcolms out there. That's why we need to do better, Anne. That's why I've got us this.
Josie rubbed her temples and set a piece of paper down on the clubhouse table.
What's this then? A phone number?
It is. Why don't you dial it now?
Liv picked up the piece of paper she put on her readers and looked it over carefully, searching her mind for why the area code seemed familiar. She dialed the number and set her mobile back on the table on speaker mode.
You've reached Eugene. Call me Eugenius and leave a number after the bing.
Liv mashed the screen until the phone disconnected. She looked up at Josie.
We can't. He's the worst one out there. What about girl power?
Real girl power is about using men like Eugenius to achieve our greater goals. Now who's with me?
The Pussycats scanned the room, and one by one, every one of the comrades, even Liv, raised their hands in support. The man known as Eugene, or Eugenius, was a miserable penis-having hacker wanted internationally for mercenary criminal acts against corporations, governments, labor unions, and public utilities. Eugenius specialized in the sexiest of illegal activities, and the FBI called him a jack-me-off of all trades. He was probably best known for setting up the Islamic terrorist organization headed by Bishar el-Sharaf with broadband access to Western hardcore pornography for his extremist brothers. It is said he was paid $3.5 billion for that job, more than enough to secret himself away into the wilds of suburban New Jersey, completely undetected by the long arm of the law. Invoking his name signaled that the Pussycats meant business, and business would be deadly.
Anywho, that's all I've got so far. I'm hoping that with the right financing we can turn Pussycat's Landlord Evisceration Squad into a series. So like, subscribe, and follow where applicable. Also, if you understand blockchain and the internet of sending money, send me money that way to support this important work. Later haters.